The chaos in Minnesota isn't by accident. It's chaos by design. The global elite, through their hijacked CIA, foreign puppet masters, and bought-off agencies, are deliberately pushing for civil war. Official government documents, declassified memos, and CIA leaks going back decades spell it out plain. This has always been the plan. After the Charlie Kirk assassination, they accelerated the timeline. That hit wasn't random. It was the green light to ignite division, fracture the nation, and force the collapse they crave. Why? To disarm Americans completely, to collapse society, to dissolve the Republic, to lock every last one of us into their borderless one-world slave state. Stay tuned, because understanding the playbook is the only way we can destroy it. What's happening in Minnesota isn't just another headline. It's the spark they've been waiting for. The global elite are pushing us towards civil war, and it's all part of their master plan to dismantle the Republic and impose a one-world government with iron-fisted control. That's not hyperbole. The globalist tyrants in walls literally called for civil war on live television.
When things looked really bleak, it was Minnesota's first that held that line for the nation on that July 3rd, 1863. And I think now we may be in that moment that the nation's looking to us to hold the line on democracy.
Meanwhile, in Arizona, the Democrat Attorney General is telling people it's legal to use lethal force against ICE agents in the streets. Buildings are burning, streets are filled with tear gas, and the media is already spinning it as organic outrage. But you and I know better. This isn't spontaneous, it's orchestrated. And it's straight out of the playbook, made famous by legends like Bill Cooper, rest his soul, who warned us about the divide and conquer strategy of the power elite.
This country was founded by dangerous men.
Amen.
And the moment the people in this country cease to be dangerous men, it's going to be the day we cease to have a country. And I'm going to tell you right now, unless we can be successful in creating a real free press, where the American people get different viewpoints other than those expressed in the establishment-controlled media, there's going to be a civil war in this country, and it's going to come soon. The only thing that can stop it is by waking up vast amounts of sleeping people. Sheeple is what they are. They are following the Judas goat right into the shearing pins, and from there they will go to the slaughter, and they will not know that anything is wrong until they smell the blood of the sheeple in front of them.
This is why Israel are paying off social media influencers to spread propaganda. The same reason the Clinton campaign in 2016 had almost every mainstream journalist on their books, as exposed by WikiLeaks at the time. It's the same reason fact-checkers were created, to control the narrative, to suffocate debate, to ignite civil war and destroy the Republic. Charlie Kirk knew. Before he was assassinated by the power elite, he warned that civil war was coming because the elite were creating the conditions necessary for it.
When people stop talking, that's when you get violence. That's when civil war happens.
Think about it. The globalists, the central bankers, the shadowy figures in Davos and beyond, they thrive on division. They want America fractured along every fault line. Race, class, politics, you name it. Why? Because a united republic is their worst nightmare. A civil war is their golden ticket to use the national emergency to seize control and crush dissent, and usher in that new world order and tyrannical one-world government they've been planning for decades.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
This is their ultimate goal. First, disarm the American people. They'll trigger it with the Insurrection Act, declare emergency, suspend the Constitution, and send troops door to door to seize every firearm. Martial law dressed as protection. Second, disarm the American nation itself. Strip sovereignty, dissolve borders, fold America into their borderless one-world empire. No more republic, just subjects. Gaza has become their testing ground. Americans are next on their menu. The tactics are identical. They use tools like Palantir to categorize and populate kill lists, and ramp up the violence using false flags and agent provocateurs, pushing things over the edge. One incident will lead to another, prompting even more over-the-top responses. Surveillance grids, checkpoints, digital IDs, it's all in the pipeline. If you're not protecting yourself online in 2026, you're walking into a digital prison of your own making. Every click tracked, every search logged, every profile quietly built. We're talking passwords, fingerprints, iris scans, and worse. So take back control. Visit vp.net/TPV to see the world's first trustless VPN. Built for privacy by design. Real transparency, real protection, and not just marketing promises. Because the elite aren't stopping. This is classic order out of chaos. The Hegelian dialect in action. Create the problem, fan the reaction, then offer their solution. Ordo ab chaos. It's the motto and playbook of the New World Order. They've been using it for centuries. And the chaos we've been experiencing in recent times? Assassinations? Forest fires across Argentina? Greenland? None of it is random.
By the way, what are we doing with Greenland? We got to do something with Greenland. Where's my advanced team? Go to Greenland. They must have some satellite needs or something that we could do there. But we're coloring the world blue.
Now the curtain is starting to lift. It's time to trace the blueprints, connect the dots, and expose the architecture of control. Most importantly, it's time to talk about the one pressure point they don't want you focusing on. The leverage ordinary people still have. But first, an important word from our sponsor. Who's behind it all? The greatest threat we face isn't from abroad, it's from within. That's right, the Central Intelligence Agency, the king of covert ops. They've been running military-style regime changes and colour revolutions on foreign soil for years. But now, they've been infiltrated by Mossad, and they're turning those tactics inward, running covert ops on American soil, against presidents' elections, even the people, stealing votes, executing assassinations. It's all in their wheelhouse. Just listen to this. A CIA contractor was caught on tape admitting they're the ones fueling the violent protesters at these rallies. The media? They're in on it, protecting the puppets while the strings get pulled.
So when a rally happens, that's sometimes the bureau behind it?
Yeah, sometimes. Nothing like putting out a fake social media thing to like really get people mad. Post fake news. Sometimes it's not fake. It's embellished a little bit.
Who would be like a big influencer that you're after? I don't even know these names. Like a Fox News person or like a Tucker Carlson or like.
Oh, I'm sure he's on the radar, right? You always want the biggest and loudest.
When you see those rioters assembling, bricks in hand, masks on, it's not organic anger. It's paid for, scripted, and directed by the evil elites, whose endgame is to burn America to the ground and rebuild it in their image. A smouldering ruin ripe for their new world order. And this isn't the realm of conspiracy theory. It's a certified conspiracy reality.
One of the most blatant is recorded in a confidential 1961 study. Commissioned by the U.S. State Department, a world effectively controlled by the United Nations directly states the key point.
It is world government we are discussing here. Inescapable.
The author, MIT professor Lincoln P. Bloomfield, also explains that the UN would have to have an unchallengeable monopoly on military power.
A world effectively controlled by the United Nations is one in which world government would come about through the establishment of supranational institutions characterized by mandatory universal membership. National disarmament is a condition for effective UN control.
The Bloomfield study is grounded in official American policy. That policy is stated openly in Freedom from War, the United States program for general and complete disarmament in a peaceful world. It was presented to the UN General Assembly by President Kennedy. The document calls for the transfer of national armaments to UN control in 3 stages. Stage 2 proposes that
the UN Peace Force shall be established and progressively strengthened.
At the dawn of the 21st century, programs to complete this stage are firmly established and well underway. The Freedom from War blueprint concludes with Stage 3.
Where no state would have the military power to challenge the progressively strengthened UN peace force.
This policy has guided every administration since. Even so-called conservative Republican administrations have been committed to building this new world order.
It's time to heed what JFK wanted, to splinter the CIA into 1,000 pieces and scatter it to the winds, before it's too late.
He needs to recognize that we must stop the CIA from driving U.S. policy, domestically and foreign. I'm telling you, Steve, that is a massive, massive problem. And I wouldn't say 50%. I would say shut the doors. It is no longer, it's a dead organization because it's an organization that is killing. It operates in the darkness. It is killing us. And so that's my message to President Trump. That's sort of step one for him. I don't care what somebody's handicap is. You take that organization and you rip it apart because that organization is driving our policy everywhere. And it's killing our country right now.
Israel runs the CIA as Bill Cooper warned. And Israel was created by the global elite to spark World War III. And the goal of World War III is to usher in a one-world government. Seeing events on the ground in Minnesota any clearer now? I hope so. Here's the key. The only way we can control the outcome is by not feeding into it. Don't participate. Don't get riled up and retaliate. See the big picture, stay informed, stay peaceful, spread the truth. Reject mainstream media propaganda. That's how we starve the machine. That's how we destroy the New World Order.